one year we got tired of it. So on the 4th of July, we took a couple bottle rockets, and this guy was drunk. And he was walking around bragging or something like that or whatever. And we ran up and stuck bottle rockets in the crack of his hat
Oh, dog.
and lit them on fire.
Ooh.
Oh
And he
man.
never knew who did it because he was too drunk and nobody ratted us out. Nobody ratted us out. It went off. He cried like a little bitty baby girl. Didn't even really hurt him. It just kind of like had powder on his back or whatever. They weren't real strong. They were about that big, And so I had a lot of fun that year. I mean, don't get me wrong. We still got butt whoopings, by the way, right after that. So Grandpa did get the old belt out of his loops and wore me out, but he laughed beforehand. It
Be
was just like,
careful
well,
around
Grandpa
Bubba.
made you laugh. So yeah,
Be
but
care-
don't do it again.
Be careful around Bubba.
And and
Oh man.
I absolutely enjoyed that. And as an adult, seeing my other uncle who was his brother take over for him, and pretty much he goes overboard though. He spends like 12 grand, but he's rich. Uh, so 12 grand is kind of like throwing out a quarter for him. But he took over doing the fireworks stuff because they were really really close. They were super super close, and seeing him try to keep the memory alive with his area has been nice. And oddly enough, he lives in Taylorsville, and his area is actually a giant circle in the end of the road too. So it just makes me laugh even more just to see that his court's the same way that the other court was.
Hey, Tom.
Awesome. Hey,
Evening,
buddy.
everyone.
Welcome,
Welcome to the
welcome.
Moondog.
I hope you
Hey.
weren't back there very long. I just happened to look down. I seen you was in the backstage. I'm like, oh no.
No worries. Sorry for the delay in getting on.
Oh man, it don't matter what time you come on. You're always welcome, everybody. So glad to have you. So
Thanks.
we've been talking about 4th of July and Independence Day and everything, and this is great because you were not an immigrant, but your parents were. Is that correct?
Technically,
You
I am
were?
an immigrant.
Okay.
My mom brought me over when I was 3, but
Okay.
I don't remember much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, this is awesome because same with like Mac Man. He was not born here too. And so we're talking about Independence Day, and so we'll just let you go. A few things we've covered
hmm
before. Uh, we talked about guns and stuff that they used back then, but really, like maybe if you could just go ahead and fill in your thoughts on uh, what Independence Day means to you, and then like some like fun moments you remember as a kid, and then also now as an adult.
absolutely. So,
Yeah.
Independence Day has always been like a fun event. I mean, I grew up in Southern California, and back then we could still set off fireworks. Um, and I
Yeah.
used to, go to my cousins, and we'd get that. My uncle would get a box of those fireworks, and we'd set them off in the driveway or in the street. And when I lived in New York City, the Macy's fireworks display was amazing. Something that I'd get a chance to either to watch from a roof in Brooklyn, or a couple of times got a chance to see from somebody's apartment near the river, and it's just amazing. So that's probably one of my favorite memories. It's kind of funny that I, I'm we actually I just came back from a trip to New Jersey, and the entire trip, um, Mark knows because I was there for putting on my charity event, my charity airsoft event. But while we were there, I made it a point to take my kids down to Philadelphia to go to Independence Hall. So I
Yeah.
took them on a trip there, and was right. We were right in the heart of where our country started, and I've been uh, encouraging my son to watch this animated series called oh gosh, what is it now? It was this animated series came out like in the early aughts, 2000s, about these two young kids. One of them is an apprentice to Benjamin Franklin, and they really did a good job of portraying lots of the little stories about the independence, the revolution. Liberty's Kids, I think it was called. I don't know if any of you guys had kids that age where that was on TV, but I was really impressed with some of the stories. I mean, it's a kid show, so they're gonna play around with some of the stories, but they included little things like the debates between the loyalists and the independence folks. So they really told it from both sides, which I thought was remarkably fair and something that was interesting to include in a kids cartoon show. But so the entire time I tried to get my son to go, hey, look, this is where the Benjamin Franklin sat, and we saw a copy of the Declaration of Independence there, including the inkwell. They had the inkwell that was actually used to sign the Declaration of Independence, and I thought that was just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you guys ever had a chance to go to Philadelphia. It's great, and it's free. You just have to make a reservation ahead of time to get a tour. But it's a great tour. We even got the chance to go to the Senate, the original Senate Hall where Thomas Jefferson and John Adams were debating, and hear stories, and also the at the time it would have been the Senate meeting hall was above the House Representatives hall, and we got to sit down in the chairs there. So that was a cool trip. As far as any other thoughts on Independence Day, I think it's pretty traditional here in San Francisco, but with a little bit of a strange twist. I don't know if you guys are ever on Nextdoor, that social media app.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, really, they should rename it the Karen Next Door, because there's always comments on there. I mean, it's filled with average folks. It's supposed to connect people in your neighborhood and the way they divide things up. But I remember the first time coming when we moved from New York to here, where my wife grew up, and people were around Independence Day, like just now would be their kids or whoever are shooting off practice fireworks and firecrackers. You can hear them at night. That's pretty typical I from my memory. But people would be posting up on social media here. There's like, is that gunfire? Is that gun? I'm like, no. Obviously, they can't tell the difference between fireworks and gunfire, and it just shows how clueless a lot of the city folk here are. And one of the most classic complaint I saw was some woman was, or I'm assuming woman, posted up about that she hates 4th of July because the fireworks cause her diabetic rescue cat stress and to hide. It's like,
oh boy,
it's 4th of July. Come on.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, you said that. I gotta say this on my stocks Discord that we trade stocks with and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
One of the people said, I said, well, me being in the country, I know there's restrictions in the city, but I really don't feel like there should be restrictions outside the city, stuff like that. And somebody goes, well, probably because like my sister has this dog and it's like really scared of fireworks and stuff. I said, so you're telling me we should not celebrate our independence because of a dog? I said, come on. I said, vets make medicine. I said, my dogs don't like them either, but we go to the vet and we get them some medicine and they're just fine with it, So when you said that, I thought that was funny, but go ahead, Tom. I sorry to interrupt you there, but
oh no, not at all. So we get the same complaints when Fleet Week, when when the Blue Angels come and do an air show, they practice, of course, the week prior for the air show. So it's great because you hear them roaring through the skies. But there's always that contingent here in San Francisco of complaining about the noise, and of course rolling in like all this wasted money. And come on, it's the Blue Angels. Have some patriotism, but it's San Francisco. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Well,
I get the same thing here. I live close to an airfield that's got a big, long, heavy-duty runway, and we get a lot of military trainers in here. Plus, we're only 15 air miles from Vandenberg Space Force
Oh
Base.
yeah, that's a big boom.
Yeah. So we get a lot of traffic. I got a couple of neighbors that are, they're going, oh man, it's just so annoying. So let me tell you about what those boys are doing up there. So that is the sound of freedom right there. So this country is to the most well-equipped, strongest, Air Force on the planet, and we need to keep it that way. So I got no problem paying taxes to, run the jet fuel through those, F5 Tigers that those guys are training in up there. Let them come by and, blast the tower a couple of times. I want those boys to win when they're in the air. I don't want them coming in second best. And so
that, sir, is what your tax money should be going for.
Yes.
That alone.
Absolutely. I had got no problem. And so you start talking to those people about that. Go, oh, well, I hadn't quite looked at it that way. So, well, rejoice in the fact that we're spending some money to keep ourselves protected. And remember that those 21-year-olds up there are in control of a $15 million aircraft, and they're not crashing them, and they're not crashing them because they're out there practicing.
Yeah.
Well,
that's always been my argument when people say, oh, well, it's a waste of money. These football games, NASCAR races, they do these flyovers. That's just a waste of tax money. And so my response to people most usually is like, well, so whatever you're doing and you want to be the best at it, you got to practice, right? I'm like, well, yeah. I'm like, so these people have to get airtime. They have to get seat time so that they can stay sharp and everything. So why not do it during the time when, 50,000, 100,000 people can watch them? I was like, that is, a wonderful use of tax dollars. I mean, Think about it. And most usually people, if they have any type of open mind, are like, oh, well, yeah, I guess they do need to practice, And so, yeah, it's,
Yeah.
It's multitasking. It's synergy. It's great.
Anybody that complains about the sound and stuff like that, I'm gonna take a quote from one of Gizzard Gary's foul territories he had. I think it was last night. Eat a bag of them. I don't even have to say what it is.
No stones.
What was the fair one? How about thou eat a bag of
a satchel of Richards.
Yeah, eat a satchel of Richards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a funny meme. So, anyway, yeah, I appreciate you, buddy. So, you got anything else to say, Tom? Otherwise,
okay. No, I just hope I can. We actually get to see fireworks because the it's San Francisco. The fogs might roll in and we won't see anything.
Yeah. So, anyway, I guess it's my turn. Like I said, we covered a lot of this last on Georgia Shooting Connection, and it was so fun. And I was like already planning, like, oh yeah, we're going, do Independence Day, 4th of July talk this Saturday, and so there's a lot. So everybody had so many great answers over there last night, and for me, a lot of it was so like I remember in 1976, our little town, we had a parade. We had just all kinds of fun. I mean, and it was just a blast. And Walter said, I come from a small town of like 8,000 people. I come from a small town of like 8 people. No, I mean,
You're
like
trying to be better than me.
there's probably 40 or 50 of us here, what you would call inside the roughly city limits area. But yeah, like we would just always meet up, at my grandparents' house because they lived up by the road towards, what you would call a town that we had. I mean, basically a couple of gas stations, trading stores or whatever, and, restaurant or two, but that's about it. Um, and we always saw fireworks. We always had a lot of fun. We had the food, the homemade ice cream, um, pop bottle rocket fights, Roman candle fights. I mean, we sometimes, most of it wasn't, we go down on the river sometimes and we go down there. And so like everybody on one side of the creek, would shoot fireworks back and forth to each other, all in fun, And so it was a lot of fun. We just always had a great time. And, I still do, if you can't tell, I always loved the colors of American flag. I mean, our red, white, and blue. And like, I know probably it has to be somebody more my age, but everybody, remembers the Uncle Sam, the red, white, and blue, the tall hat, the jumpsuit or whatever it was he was wearing, grew up with Evil Knievel, the red, white, and blue. I mean, there's just all that stuff I just always loved the American flag, those colors. I mean, and so it was really easy for me to adapt to once I got old enough of what it meant and what it stood for and everything. I just, I chose, my brand name as American Hillbilly just because I just love, the freedom that we have, the colors of the flag, what it stands for. I mean, it's just so exciting. And then as an adult, oh man, after like we'd always, go to my grandparents most usually to shoot fireworks up there in the town. But then when I started growing up, we had, started having kids. They were young. We do some of that, and also we have a really beautiful, nice lake here. So they didn't always do it on 4th of July. They do it on a Saturday night. However, 4th of July, came. So like they were doing it tonight, since 4th of July was on Tuesday, because we do have a tourist industry here. So a lot of people come down in this area for our lakes and everything, creeks and everything. And so like you out on water and they're sitting on these fireworks and, just like, Jamie is talking about seeing the reflections off the water and everything. It is really a blast. It's so much fun. It's got so big now that I wouldn't dare go out on the lake now because, I mean, you literally could walk from, shore to shore just across boats. I mean, it's it's just.
Let me interject something here about the colors of our flag. This is coming from my physics background. So if we look at red, white, and blue, human beings are able to perceive just a very narrow band of the light spectrum. Red is at the long,
especially males.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know how we are.
Very narrow.
But red's even narrower than the women. But red is at the long wavelength end of what humans can see, and blue is clear at the other end of the spectrum, at the short wavelength end. And so when you think about those two colors, they encompass the spectrum of what human beings are able to perceive as far as colors go. They're on both ends of the spectrum. And if you mix everything together that's in between those two, and put those into your eyes all at once, you know what you get? You know what you perceive as a human being? White.
White.
So when you look at the colors of our flag, it sort of embodies what America is really all about. And, we are about encompassing this whole spectrum of humanity as much as we possibly can. And when we mix everybody else together, white, that's, and I'm not talking about race here, but the mixture is who and what we are, and those colors in a way can represent that fact as a piece of America. Okay, I'm done. That's
That
the
is
physics
really
lesson for
great,
today.
Walter. Thanks for sharing that, buddy. I mean, Hillbilly Nation, you guys learn something here every night. You know, we have fun, and plus you learn stuff. Can't beat that.
We're gonna have to do a "What did you learn?" now. Is that right, Gizzard?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
You're
I'm
you
going
got the copyrights on that, so
Nah, I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
I'm going to learn how to tell y'all good night because I got to go to bed.
you going to bed, Jamie?
No,
Yeah,
Jamie.
I want to say one thing before I bug out of here, though. Are you guys talking about bottle rocket wars? Y'all a bunch of wimps. Let me tell you
Here
what
it comes.
we, of course, being boys and being kids, everybody ran around in Georgia without a shirt on. We had Roman candle back.
Oh, okay. That's what I figured. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
They don't make bottle rockets in 270 Winchester, do they, Jamie? I don't know.
if they
Just
don't,
asking
they
for
ought
friend.
to.
All right.
Guys, thanks for having me. I got church in the morning. I got to teach a Sunday school class. So,
Well,
y'all,
Jamie, thank you so much for coming on.
Have a good one, man.
You want go ahead and tell about what you got coming up and everything real quick where you got to jump off here?
I'm working on the first episode of the 308 Winchester Load series, and I'm hoping to have it up by the end of the weekend, if not early, in next week. And I'm just, of course, Friday nights at 8 o'clock, Georgia Shooting Connection. So y'all come tune in, y'all check us out. Y'all believe you'll like it. So again, thanks for having me. All you guys have a great holiday.
You too, sir.
You too,
You
man.
too,
Thank you,
Jamie.
Jamie.
Thank you so much for coming on,
Good night,
guys.
Jamie.
If you ain't been to Jamie's channel or Georgia Shooting Connection, make sure you get over there, check it out, get subscribed. You won't be disappointed. Thank you, Jamie. Have a
Thank
good night,
you.
buddy.
Peace.
Teach them well, Jamie.
Take care. We had a software glitch a while ago. I didn't type 3 times. Some guy come in here and says something. A ranger said something earlier. So something's going on with the software. Anyway,
Do
never mind.
what?
It's just going to bring it to your attention. Hillbilly.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't guess.
I typed earlier. It went 3 times into the side chat.
Yeah, I just had that happen too.
Yeah, a ranger come in and said he couldn't, adios, he couldn't see something. I can't remember what he said. I'd have to go up there and scroll.
Well,
Something was not working, he said. So he, adios.
well, if they're coming in on a link, shared link, Moondog sharing it and stuff. And so
Oh, yeah.
they I'm trying to post them like this one right here.
Mhm.
This will not show up unless I post it. For it to show up on the main chat, they have to hit the link to this show. And so that's another thing. If you are coming in on a shared stream, you'll have to hit the link to this show for the deal to pick up the giveaway so you can get entered in the giveaway. So in order to type in the hashtag HBN 26, you'll have to do it on this chat on the main screen for the giveaway deal to pick you up. So
Yeah, he says something is messed up. Nothing is coming through. Adios, an angry ranger. That explains it. Yeah.
okay, so like yeah, if it's on a shared stream, yeah, you
Right.
have to share the link and see. I believe. Hang on, let me put the link right here. So you have to click on this link, and then type in the hashtag HBN26,
Right.
and it'll bring it up on the main screen, and then the giveaway tool will pick you up. And so
Yeah. StreamYard's not quite there yet for
they're getting
meshing.
close. Yeah.
Mhm.
From a shared site to this one, they're close, but that's one little glitch that we're living with now.
Yeah.
According to them, it was by design when I asked them. So.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. They never
Okay.
intended for that to work that way.
All righty. Well, I hope they can. I wish they would,
because it's kind of a YouTube limitation. It has nothing to do with StreamYard. So
okay.
Okay.
It's because what the deal is, like, we've noticed it. I know with Georgia Shooting Connection, and stuff, like, I'll share their stream, and so even though a lot of people on my channel is subscribed as Georgia Shooting Connection, not everybody is. So when I share it, they're able to see it and they're like, "Oh, I really like this channel," So then they can move over to Georgia Shooting Connection. Their stuff will show up on the main chat, what they type in for the giveaways or whatever. And but a lot of people just like sitting there and watching. They don't ever say nothing. And so what it does bring traffic to the channel that you're sharing, because I'm pretty sure we've seen like a fairly good number jump, like on Georgia Shooting Connection when we're sharing it. And so it's just the opportunity to help out a friend that they can access the live that you're on, like for you, Tom, they can access and watch this, but then from your side, whereas they might not know about my channel or, Georgia Shooting Connection or some of those others. And so it really helps bring our community together. And so
I'm posting up your links on the side chat on those other channels that I'm sharing on.
Yeah. And that they only have to do that if they want their text to show up on the screen where everybody can see it. Otherwise, if they're just listening or they don't want to get in the giveaway, then they don't have to.
Who wouldn't want to get on the giveaway? So definitely, definitely click that link.
You betcha. And so I know it still has like a few bugs and this and that, but I mean, we're all about just bringing communities together and just having a good time. And so, real quick, we're going to get this giveaway. So if you are on Moondog's channel, hit the link, get over here and put in, if you want the giveaway, hashtag HBN26, and that will get you entered in the giveaway. And we're going to do that here just within a few minutes. And I'm going to finish my deal and then we'll go over to the giveaway. The adult side of that, what I really, really, means a lot to me. We started doing fireworks when I had my kids at our house. And it's something that, is just growing. And so like every year, friends, but, basically family, the kids and their kids, with, they show up, we shoot fireworks, we cook out, we swim, and then we shoot fireworks when it comes, to, at nighttime. And so it's just something, it's just like, for instance, my youngest daughter, her husband, which is from the Philippines here legally, and he joined the service and he's stationed in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And so when I sent the kids a group text, I'm like, hey guys, we're cooking out tonight and then we're also going to do it Tuesday, and everything. And she sent me a message back. She goes, this is the first time I can ever remember that I'm going to miss 4th of July, at your house, And so, here she's married, they have a kid, and so, it's something that it's so nice to start new deals, with your children and grows into your grandchildren. And so, I mean, going and get, go get the fireworks. When I was younger was, we get all this big stuff, all this, stuff that I want to see. Well, now, yeah, we'll get some big stuff to show off, fireworks, but, we're getting, the little stuff, the sparklers, what's the grandkids want? What are they going to use, And so, that just, it's so exciting and so fun for us, with the fireworks part. So anyway, let me bring up here.
How many's in the giveaway so far?
We have 28 people in the giveaway. Okay, we'll go ahead and give just a few more minutes, and I will show what we're giving away tonight, guys. Let me bring this up here because there might be some people in here that know this is what I've been giving away, and it's a really cool knife. So this is Albatross is the name of the company. It has a nice straight blade on it and a serrated blade here. It has a bottle opener, and actually I've used this thing to pry all kinds of stuff with. It's metal. It's pretty tough. I mean, it's a pretty tough knife. Now on this side, it's got a window breaker, glass breaker. It's got a seatbelt cutter or rope cutter. And then also it has, whoops, I dropped it. It has a fire stick here that works really nice. And then also on this side, it has a flashlight, LED flashlight with a magnet on the back of it. And so this is something that we got. Oh, it's got a belt clip too. And it is all metal. So we got that, and it's great. We have one in the console of each one of our rigs. I have one in my range bag, one in my to-go bag, so it just comes in handy, you need something. I actually, I used this the other day. We were shooting, and I couldn't get the pin out on my AR. It's kind of like stiff. So I used this little window breaker to get it started, push through, and then I still couldn't get it. And so I actually used this right here, the bottle opener part, to get the edge of the other side of the pin and start and get it out a little bit enough where I can get a hold of it. So, I mean, I even used it just this last weekend, at the gun range, So, I mean, it's pretty handy dandy little thing. So anyway, I think everybody's had a chance to get theirs in. Oh, yeah. Moose said he used it last weekend camping. Awesome.
I got one. It's nice.
And if you do win, they come in 4 different colors: black, red, green, and blue. So anyway, here, let me put this up here so everybody can see it. Yeah, here it is. So anyway, whoever wins, you can contact me at this email. Tell me what color you want. Give me your mailing address, and we will get it sent right out to you. So let me get the screen pulled up. Here we go. So we have 28 people entered in the giveaway. So we'll wind this thing up and give it a spin and see who wins. Dwayne. All right, Dwayne. Congratulations, buddy.
Dwayne.
Cool, Dwayne.
Congrats.
Good for you, man. You deserve it.
I am going to write your name down here, buddy. And get a hold of me, Dwayne, at this email address, and let me know where you want to ship it, and include at least a name or something on there. So some people forget that and like, well, I need a name for this address, and then what color you want. Like I said, black, red, blue, and green. So congratulations, buddy. That's awesome. All right. All righty. So anyway, let's get to the next topic, guys. Let's see where I'm at. Oh, okay. Yeah, here we go. So this is the next topic. Since we've been talking about fireworks and everything, I thought, it'd be fun to name some of the fireworks that we really, really like. and it seems to me like the names kind of change. It's like, for 2 or 3, 4 or 5 years, you'd be like, yeah, I want this. This is called, the Hell Bent Twister or whatever, And then you go back and you're like, what? You don't have that anymore? And you kind of find out, well, yeah, they do, but it's under a different name. But, so like what kind of firework, some of your favorites, what they do. So, anyway, Bubba, we'll just go ahead and start with you, buddy. I'm just going to say quarter stick of dynamite.
My favorite ones was snakes.
Yeah.
That was my favorite one. Snakes and smoke bombs were my favorite. Smoke bombs for other reasons. Had nothing to do with the firework itself. Had everything to do with messing with other people. All right? Nothing at all to do with the firework itself. It's like, especially when I was working construction and stuff, people like go and use the porta johns or forget to lock it or whatever. Pop one in there, shut the door on them. Back the backhoe up to the door so they can't get out. Stuff like that. But the snakes, I just enjoyed just because it was. So I like anything interesting.
I was going to say disgusting.
Snakes are interesting in the fact of how they function and how they work. It's like it's this little bitty hockey puck, and you light it, and it just grows and grows and grows and grows and grows, and you're just like, what in the name of God is going on here? So I always enjoyed snakes. Roman candles were fun too, but I got in too much trouble with them. I was not allowed to handle them anymore. So
I'm wondering that too, Yoga.
And bottle rockets.
Yeah, well, that's so funny that you said that because just tonight my grandkids, anytime they love, like I said, they're six of them's girls. The youngest one is a boy, or second the youngest one's a boy, and but the girls they love the snakes, and then they'll get them on their hands and they'll wipe like war paint on their face. They have black marks under their eyes and this and that. And one of them come in tonight and she had a beard. She made an entire beard all black.
What's that one thing's called? They're like little bitty white rolled up tissue pieces of paper, and you throw them on the ground, they pop.
Snappers or poppers.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name of them.
Now, when I was a kid, I always just put them in my hand and went like that. And now I'm just told like you shouldn't do that. It's just like, why? Well, because it's going to hurt you. I've done it my whole life. What's going on? Anyway, those are the three. I don't have, a lot of times whenever everybody asks me what my favorites is, I don't have one favorite. I don't believe in one favorite because it's the same thing with guns and stuff with me. Like I do have one I hate, but I'm not going to say it on here because I'm probably going to put one on a barbecue in a video here soon. But
oh yeah.
But I can't just say one thing for sure because there's a lot of things I like, and I don't like anything more than the other. Like if I had kids, it'd be the horriblest thing in the world because the kids are going to think one kid's liked more than the other. It's like, no, it's like, it's so one of those being a little piece of trash once in a while. It's like, yeah, I might be getting on that kid more often than the other, but it's
those cherry bombs.
My nephews asked me that question. Which ones are your favorite? It's just like, well, all of y'all have nicknames, so I must like all y'all equally. And by that, I don't like none of you. Like all my nephews and stuff all have different nicknames and stuff from me because of this. So.
All right, Mac Man, what's your favorite to watch or light off or?
Oh, it's got to be the ones that go the biggest boom that rattle everything and go as high as you can get them. Those big mortars or big rockets.
Mortars, yeah.
Anything that rattles the windows.
You betcha. The bigger, the better.
That's right.
All right, Walter. How about you, buddy?
Well, I'm thinking back to when I was a kid, because that's kind of, other than the big shows like the cities and whatnot have, when you're a kid, it's the local, backyard and block party kinds of things. When you're real little, a simple sparkler is pretty darn cool. That's the one that as a little kid, you actually get to hold. You could be 3 and the adults would let you hold the sparkler. And you see this thing out there and you'd never seen one before, or if you did, it was because you were 2 and don't remember. And so that was pretty cool to be able to get to hold a sparkler and wave it around. And then, right when it got to the end, some adult would come over and say, "It's about to burn your hand. Give it to me." So those were fun. And then, you get a little older, and the ground flowers and the snakes, like Bubba was talking to me, I always marveled at those things. They were stinky, smelly suckers, and you couldn't wait to get up and grab one of them, and they just kind of fell apart in your hand. What in the world? What is this stuff? So those were fun. We're talking about backyard stuff that you could have in my part of the country, without getting in trouble with the law. But we always had firecrackers and M80s and that kind of stuff too. And those are the, what you did when the parents weren't looking, and who set up the firecrackers? It must have been the kids over there, wasn't us. So I think for me personally, everything, it was just thinking firecrackers. They were cheap. You could buy 1 million of them for next to nothing and light off a whole tree of them. And it sounded like machine gun fire to you as a kid. and maybe that was the cool part of it. I don't know. But I like the firecrackers.
Oh, man. That big, long string of the Black Cat firecrackers.
Yes, sir. Right there.
Yep. They go off for like 10, 15. If you had some money, you get something that lasts for like 30 minutes,
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm with you there, buddy. So, AR, what's your favorite type of firework?
M80s and cherry bombs. I must be the only one that admits this tonight in this chat, but maybe I was a bad kid or a bad teenager or whatever. I used to terrorize with cherry bombs. I terrorized neighborhoods, man. Front yards, boom, 3 o'clock in the morning, right down the road, throw them out of the car. I was so bad at it. My mother, one time next day, she comes and says, you scared the crap out of your aunt last night, 3 o'clock in the morning, don't you? And I says, yeah, I meant to. Because I was throwing cherry bombs. You get a white box of cherry bombs back then. I can't remember, $3 maybe. It wasn't much money. And,
yeah,
we'd get those, man. It was fun, and we'd do the other things I can't mention. But we just M80s. I actually dissected the next generation of M80s when they came out, and I opened it up one day, and you know what was in there? A fuse and a capsule, like a pill capsule, pharmaceutical capsule, with a powder in it. So they made it look like the M80, but it wasn't the original M80. That's how those were made. Yeah. And, but I used to just love to blow up. We'd ride around, me and my friend, and we'd borrow his mother's car, LTD luxury car, and we'd just ride, start throwing them cherry bombs everywhere. Bam, bam. You may be in a parking lot, you get hit. It may roll under your feet and blow up, and everybody's screaming. Ah!
That's funny. But I know my parents. Like we had them when I was a little bit. By the time I got old enough that like my parents would let me, set those off. Like they just really weren't around. We had the M80s were still a thing, but the cherry bombs weren't. But according to like my parents, my uncles and stuff, they would burn underwater. So the thing, like at schools or whatever, they would throw one in a stool and flush it, light it and flush it, and it would blow out the plumbing, and everything. And so, I've heard a lot of stories of that happening back in the day.
I never wanted one to go off in my hand, though, back in the old days. I knew from probably the 3rd grade, them things were bad. Well, they were bad to the bone, M80s.
Yeah.
At the time. But I need to get out of here, guys. I hate to run.
That's okay,
But,
AR. I appreciate you, Elliot, being on. So,
I enjoyed it.
Go ahead and plug your channel before you get off here, buddy.
Yeah, I got a channel. Most of you know it in the side chat. I'm not doing content much lately. Well, I skipped my live stream Thursday. I apologize for that. I've got tied up past few days thinking about surgery and things. But great being on here. Maybe I'll throw up a coffee. It's a holiday. I do have a grill. I've got to pick up in the morning. I had a pellet smoker. I did not want it, so I bought another one. This is a large 1,000 something square foot pellet smoker.
Dang.
And so, yeah, I got to put it together. I'm going to be doing, I may do a live stream, even doing some smoking meat.
There you go.
Occasionally. And so, anyway, check me out on Thursday night sometimes at 8, sometimes at 9 p.m. I don't know lately. So, but I appreciate you being on here. Good seeing you all in the side chat. And I do got to get out of here. Good seeing you, Mac. Good seeing you, Gary, all of you. I like that Walker thing, man. That little old dummy is something else, isn't it? That is so funny. But great, y'all have a happy 4th, and God bless you. Take care.
You too, sir.
All right,
hopefully see you next Saturday night. Bye bye.
Good night, Elliot.
Bye,
night, man.
Hillbilly, I've got to shoot as well. I'm sorry.
All right, that's fine.
I got my wife texting me. I might finish yet.
All right, buddy. Yeah, you want to go ahead and plug your channel before you got to get off here?
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was a great show, guys. Really appreciate it. Side chat was bouncing. Good to see you all. So Monday night, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I've got a special guest on. I'm going to be trying an interview. First interview on my channel. So you'll have a great guest coming on. And hopefully you can join us for that. 6 o'clock Arizona, 9 o'clock Eastern. So it'll be something a bit different. Get your questions ready because you can post them up there and we'll throw them out there to him as well. And I'll pop the link up later so you can all see who it is. But it'll be good. It's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mac, man. Appreciate you jumping on. You guys go over there and see, well, Elliot's channel too. Jamie, they had to leave, and see Mac Man's channel. Go over there and subscribe. You're not going to be disappointed. Great channels, great people. So thanks a lot, buddy, for being on tonight. Always appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Good night. Have a great 4th.
You too.
So it's kind of rotated around a little bit. So we'll let's go on down to Mark, and we'll go across the bottom. So Mark, what's your favorite firework, buddy? I think Mark's fell asleep again. Oh, I think he's fell asleep. It wouldn't be the first time. So we'll jump on over to you, Gary.
Okay, what are we doing now?
Did we skip you, Walter?
Oh, Walter, you're on mute.
Can't hear you, buddy.
Remember, I talked about.
Okay, I thought you did. Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, we're talking about your favorite fireworks.
Yeah. So Gary, your favorite type of firework, buddy?
Now or when I was a kid?
Either one, buddy. You can name more than one.
Well, when I was a young kid, of course, I liked the firecrackers because that's all my folks would buy for me, and you could get a ton of them for a little bit of money and have stuff to play with forever. But as I got a little older, I got bored with those, and that's when, you started playing with the bottle rockets, and then they wouldn't let us have those anymore for some reason because people were getting hurt and stuff. So I got to where my favorite thing was those jumping jacks, and they still are. It's kind of looks like a firecracker, but instead of blowing up, they spin.
Oh, yeah.
And turn different colors and stuff. And I figured out if you time those just about right to where the fuse is about to go off and you fling them up in the air and they go whiz. Yeah. And I used to really enjoy buying those. And if I was to buy something now, that's probably what I'd buy because I still like those. Those are fun.
Oh, yeah.
I like to watch things spin and go up in the air and turn colors and stuff.
Yeah. We had some that, I think they were called at one point for a long time, they're called butterflies. And it's kind of the same thing. You either let them down and they'd kind of take off, or if you time it right, you could throw them up in there And then if you time it just right, you get them, 20 foot in the air, and then they'd spin and, take on off. And so, yeah. Bees, I think some of those called. Awesome. All right, Moondog.
No.
What's your favorites, buddy?
Well, I think we covered a lot of them. We mentioned a lot of them. I certainly always like those those snakes, and I was just hilarious.
Yeah.
You mentioning that your I forget, it was your granddaughters or grandnieces were
granddaughters. Yeah,
we're making beards out of them. That's hilarious. When I was younger, there was a fairly limited amount of the kind of firecrackers and fireworks you could get in Southern California, and and then later they're the nanny state that it is, they banned a lot of them, and in some cases it was somewhat reasonable because we have droughts, so they don't want things that explode or fly off, but it was still always fun to at the very least you could get firecrackers. So those strings, the black cats you were mentioning.
Yeah.
So those are great because, I would take them apart. So I'd have individual ones. I remember that I figured I did my little kid elementary school physics, and I realized, hey, if I encapsulated that in something, I could turn it into a rocket. So I made these little rockets out of, I think, Bic pen tops. So I would stuff them into Bic pens, and I'd make little fins, and then we would just use those and shoot off these little plastic projectiles with them. So I think those are my favorite. Those basically the kind you'd also get, and I would get them in Chinatown because they would use them for Chinese New Year. So that's where we the kids in LA would pick up their illegal fireworks. It was in Chinatown.
I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this. I don't think I could, but one of the things we did, we'd take sparklers, take like several packs of them, and they needed to be like the short ones, and because the sparklers had like different grades or whatever, and these ones seemed to work the same or the best, and so you take this pack and you squeeze them together, and you take the center two and you pull them out an extra couple inches. Then you take a roll of black tape, electrical tape, and you just start wrapping them tight and tight and tight. And you use about 2 rolls of black tape on that sparkler. And it looks like a big black carrot with a couple sparklers sticking out of the center. And my goodness, that thing, you light it, and you set it on the ground, you lit it, and you ran. Because when that thing went off, it would rattle the windows.
Oh, no.
in houses for 2 or 3, neighbors at least, just out of sparklers. And over the years, the last probably 5 years, we've not been able to get those certain sparklers. Because I think they caught on with social media and all that, people videotaping it. And, them doing that and getting a really loud boom out of them. And so, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Man, I remember growing up, the bigger kids, they could do the black cat firecrackers and stuff. But I had to use what they call the lady fingers. They were like a little small firecracker. They just did a boop. I think you could hold one in your hand, and like Bubba says, those little poppers, it wouldn't be much more than that. And so I remember finally being old enough to graduate up to my parents would let me shoot off the black cats. And, my uncle, I had an uncle that was only 6 years older than me. And so him and his friends, I'd run around with them a lot. And so, they get the string of them, and they'd light them and they throw them, in there, and you pop, 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 just go everywhere. And so I was going to do that one time, and man, I held it too long and they went off in my hand, and I literally had to go get stitches in my hand from those.
Oh man, at least you didn't lose it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, I don't want to be a downer. Actually, I worked with a buddy of mine, Gary Rosansky in New York, and he had no hands. He was he was an amazing illustrator. He could draw like crazy, but he lost them when he was 5 years old because he got a hold of an M80 and he was, messing around with it at home, and then he lit it off and he panicked, so he dropped it into the sink, and then he panicked and he didn't want to, it to mess up his parents' sink, and he wasn't thinking because 5-year-old, so he covered it with his hands, and he lost his hands through that. But he's a great guy. He never complained about not having hands, and like I said, he was one of the best drawers I've ever seen.
My goodness.
So, I'm sorry, that's a kind of a bummer story, but
yeah, no. I mean, yeah, it happens. I mean, I mean, I planned on getting burnt at least 5 or 6 times every 4th of July as a kid. I mean, if you did not get a burn on you somewhere, it was not a good 4th of July.
Yeah, it's like you hold the
sparklers. Somebody turning around with a dang punk and stabbing you in the arm on accident. I mean, you just planned on getting burnt every 4th of July, in some form or fashion. It's just, that's just how it was.
Or when, somebody shot off something into the air, you'd always get a little bit of embers or something in the back of your shirt. Yeah.
Yeah. And I learned at a young age, our like convenience store or whatever, like we call it trading post around here. But, they were able to sell fireworks at the local little store there. And they had it's just a little rocket, and it's on a little plastic stand and had little 3 legs come down and all that stuff. And they were 10 cents a piece, which was a little more because you get a whole gross of bottle rockets, a dozen packages of bottle rockets for like $2.50. Well, these are 10 or 15 cents a piece. So they were a little higher, to buy a little more money, but, they made a whistle up and then blew up, and they didn't have a very long fuse on them things. And so I was leaning over, it wouldn't light. So I was like covering up the wind, with one hand, trying to light it with the other. And that dude had a short fuse on it, and it hit me right in the face and blew up. And it literally singed my eyebrows and stuff.
Did you have uneven eyebrows for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, and I remember going in, my grandparents, and they put some, lotion on it or whatever, aloe vera, I'm sure, and off of aloe vera plant. And then I remember laying down on the floor and sticking my face over the air conditioner vent, the register, so cool air would blow up in my face, So, but yeah, I love the Roman candles, the pop bottle rockets, the mortars. I mean, this is about everything that we've talked about here tonight. I mean, it's just so much fun. I mean, I literally got in trouble an hour or so ago for the kids were on the trampoline and we're shooting off some fireworks. And so I threw a little bumblebee or whatever, they just spin, they don't go anywhere. So I tossed one over there underneath the trampoline, which is up off the ground. All the kids are like, and so, I mean, I always get in trouble every 4th of July, even as an adult, So, yeah, it's just how it is. So. But anyway, so we'll go around the room. We're going to end this here real soon, and we'll just go around the room and let everybody plug their channel. We'll just go ahead and start with you, Moondog, since
sure.
You got your mic on, and we'll go around the room and tell us what you got coming up, buddy.
No worries. I've just started posting up videos and shorts from my airsoft event that Mark over there and his son attended as well. So if you'll go to Moondog at Moondog Go, YouTube at Moondog Go, you'll see some of those shorts as well as a highlights video. The one one that's going to be coming up is I was lucky enough to see a player knife kill 3 people in a row.
Oh yeah.
When you play airsoft, if you can use, depending on the rules in a particular game, you can use mock handheld weapons, including like rubber knives, to simulate. Like, of course, obviously, if your airsoft gun goes down, you have nothing else, so you can use. So he literally just walked up to 3 guys. They were, they didn't think he was a threat, and he just tapped them with his. Anyway, you got to see. You'll see the video. It's hilarious.
I gotta watch that. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
And I've got a review of the Monstrum Raider, the 2000 Lumen Light, coming up. That's going to be up tomorrow. So if you go to YouTube at Moondog Industries, that'll be going live tomorrow morning. So check that out.
All right. Awesome. Definitely will. Guys, get over to Moondog's channel. Check it out. Subscribe. He has like 3 really good channels. And so go check them all out. They're very exciting, lots of fun. His production is just wonderful. I mean, I wish that I could do a production like he does. It's just so amazing. So anyway, appreciate you, buddy, for being on tonight.
Of course.
And so, Gary, what you got coming up, buddy?
Oh, the usual. I got my weekly live stream, Foul Territory, Friday night at 9 p.m. Central. And I've got a video out on some sites this past week. Hope everybody gets a chance to take a look at it. And thanks for having me on as usual. Sorry I was late again, but always glad to be here.
That's okay, buddy. I was late too. That's my show. Thanks goodness to Bub and everybody else for doing what they do, man. That awesome.
Bubba's all right. I don't care what everybody else says about it.
Yeah, I guess he's okay.
Well, I think Mark might still be sleeping. So it's gone up to you, Walter. If they're Mark, right, you can say hey, but I think he might still be sleeping.
He might have had other issues come up. Who knows? Anyway, hey, thanks a lot, Hillbilly, for inviting me to be on. As always, I'm honored and to be able to participate in this chat. Just a bunch of great folks around here, aren't there? It just really is an amazing community. I love every minute of it. As far as my own channel, I'm looking over here at the side chat right now, see who's still here and hung out with us this long. And most of you guys already subscribed to me already, and so you know what I'm up to. My channel is mostly about reloading and bullet casting, and I've got both feet in hot water with YouTube right now. I've got another month to go before I'm off YouTube probation, before I can try anything even halfway inappropriate. But, so most of my stuff's going over to Rumble, my Rumble channel right now, and I put a little blurb up on YouTube that says, "Hey, go over here to this other outfit and watch the good stuff."
Yeah.
So that's what's going on. And I had 3 or 4 videos out this week with some casting and some reloading, and I got a little bit more coming up. And I've got the Moldy Monday series going, where I'm doing a different mold that I've had in my collection but never cast, and we're up to almost like 20 right now, and I've got at least that many more that are just sitting in the drawer that I've collected and never used. So we got Moldy Monday coming up on this coming Monday, and I've got a new firearm coming in, and we're going to use that for the Lakeview Outdoors, my first gun thing. That's kind of a different story there, but we've got a fundraiser going for Lakeview, whose wife is in real serious medical problems right now and needs our help. So if you haven't looked at the Scottish Americans channel, go over there and subscribe to him and take a look there. And I'll have a blurb up later this week about that fundraiser. And let's see what else is going on. with me. Yeah, pretty much it. I got family coming in for next weekend, and so that's going to be fun. A cousin that I haven't seen from Kentucky for decades, so that's going to be fun too. So that's what's going on with Viejo. So from the Viejo bench, that's all she wrote.
Right. I think we all got a cousin from Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bubba. Anyway, thanks so much, Walter, guys. Go over and check out Walter's channel. Get subscribed to him. You will not be upset. He has great stuff. I mean, really good stuff. His Moldy Mondays are awesome. Everything. You may have to jump over to Rumble to watch some of this. Well, right now, definitely to watch it. But anyway, make sure you get on there and check him out and get subscribed. Bubba, real quick before we go to you, I want to remind everybody, there's not much time left, but if you possibly can, get you out a video, shooting a gun, just something. Use the hashtag Let Freedom Ring, and schedule these to be posted at 5:00 Eastern on the 4th of July. And what it does is it'll flood YouTube and every place with a lot of this hashtag. There are people posting these videos all at the same time, and say something good about our Second Amendment. Let people know that we're proud of our Second Amendment, and let freedom ring. A lot of people might be shooting some steel, or some people might just be talking. If you look, if you type that in on a search, you'll see what other people have done on some videos in the past and stuff. But it's a really great deal. Make sure, if you possibly can, to get out a video, use the hashtag, all one word, all small capital, because that's how hashtags work. Let freedom ring. And, just get something out there if you possibly can. And we'll just let people know that, we're proud of our freedom. We're proud of our Second Amendment, and stuff. And, AM or PM? It is PM, 5:00 PM Eastern time. So, like me being in Central time, I gotta have mine posted at 4. And I think DM and Walter, you guys been on the West Coast. You guys post yours like 9:00 in the morning or something. I mean,
yeah. Yesterday, it starts yesterday.
Like lunchtime, I think, or something.
You could, and for those of you who don't do YouTube often, you can schedule something to go live at a specific time. So just be sure you make use of that setting.
Yeah, you can go on there and you say, okay, I want to schedule this. No matter where you're at, you can set that to Eastern time, 5:00 Eastern time. Great idea there, Moondog. Great idea. And it's just show, our community of Second Amendment, and that we're very happy and very proud to have this freedom. So anyway, Bubba, what you got coming up, buddy?
Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it for the Let Freedom Ring video, which kind of sucks. But just because it's been raining out here in Kentucky so much, and I can't really get back to the back roads while it's raining.
Well, some of us need some of that rain, buddy. So, bucket that up and send it to us.
Take it all. I don't want it. But yeah, I got the 7.7 Arasaka barrel coming in here soon. So we're going to be figuring out what I want to do with that, whether I want to build a wooden stock for it, or whether I want to just have my buddy print out a high-grade polymer custom stock for it. Not 100% sure. If I go with the wooden stock, going to have to get the trigger guard at the bottom, stuff like that, parts for it. But and I got to find a bolt. So if anybody has any information on a 7.7 Arasaka bolt, let me know. Type 99, just saying. Yeah, gonna be doing some stuff on that. Just got a couple parts in for the 5.7 build that I'm doing, and yeah, that's about it really. Hopefully, I have a range day video. I'm still editing the daggone 22 LR video I did for the Eco Speed, the zinc bullets or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, still working on that. Hopefully, have some more stuff to the shooting bench here soon, or the reloading bench rather. I forgot. I keep on forgetting I switched it. I don't know how I did because I had to drill into that thing, but whatever. Yeah, that's about it. Other than that, shout out my buddy over at Hamilton Outdoors. Go watch his stuff. He's a real good guy, and he was one of the first people to help me out on YouTube. So definitely go check him out.
All right, buddy. Man, guys, go over, check out Bubba's channel. Great channel. He's always busy working the hours that he works. So, like a lot of us, sometimes he don't have the opportunity to get to the range or, get out and shoot, sometimes. So, but man, his videos are great. Go over and subscribe and check him out. And I just want to thank you guys so much for being on tonight. Everybody in the panel is just, Mark must have woke up and like, I'm going to go to bed. Anyway, in the side chat, guys, there's everybody. I know there's not a whole lot of us left on here right now, but this video does get watched a lot tomorrow too. So, I mean, so people watching on these, the next day or later on, go check out these people on the side chat also, including everybody on the panel. There's a lot of people that have so many great YouTube channels. I mean, just such a great community that I'm very happy and very proud to be a part of. And so anyway, I want to do something special here tonight. I'm going to come back right after this video and we'll say goodnight. But I have a friend. He is a legal immigrant, and he got to play this song in front of several hundreds of people, and it is a big deal in his life, and I'm really proud of him. And he talks about how he loves America. He's so great to be here, and with, his family here and everything. And so I want to share this video, and then we'll come right back and say goodnight. So, if you guys don't mind, hopefully it'll stream just fine without any problems. We'll try it anyhow. So, anyway, here we go. I'm not getting no volume. Doggone it. Hang on a minute. I don't know.
When you share the screen, there's a checkbox that says, I believe, includes sound or something like that.
Okay. That must have been what I did. Let me take this back off and try it again.
Sure.
Because it's really exciting. See if this works. Don't buffer on me.
Oh no.
Really?
Come on, baby. Here it goes.
I'm not getting any sound.
You guys not hear it?
No.
I've got it. I can hear it.
He looks like he's doing some Jimi Hendrix.
On a
There's a
guitar.
Jimi Hendrix with a keytar. Which, by the way, those are some very interesting instruments. I miss them. It was an 80s thing, I believe.
Definitely 80s.
It's before my time.
Hair bands and shit. Oop, I cussed. Dang it, I gotta put a quarter in a swear jar.
This silence is brought to you by Hillbilly.
Is it because you're muted, Mike? Or? I guess that wouldn't matter.
If it's playing through his computer speakers, maybe his mic could pick it up.
Yeah, I'm going to try that right now. What the heck?
Experiencing interruptions. Find out why.
You hear that?
No.
No. Doggone it. Well, I guess we'll just have to have faith that it was a good one.
I can't believe you guys can hear that. I can hear it loud and clear.
Well, now your sound's kind of funny.
Yeah.
You sound like you're in a tin can. At least to my
Yeah. No, his sound was off too.
I blame Batman for this.
But why?
I didn't do
it.
it.
You can always blame Batman, I'm telling you.
I didn't do it.
Doggone it. Man, he did such a good job. Anyway, I tell you what I am going to do. I shared this on my deal here.
Shut up, Moo.
Let me try this one more time. And if it does not come through, then I'll just share the link. Okay, I think I got it figured out now.
Okay.
We'll see if it works this time.
Okay, yes.
All right. Now you're going to buffer on me, you silly thing.
Come on.
Come on, little buddy, you can do it.
I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can.
Man, I pay for the best internet that is available to me, the fastest. And this is what I get.
Yeah.
Just come on and play, will you?
The
best laid plans of mice.
When I used to work at the help desk, I'd tell you to reboot your computer and try again.
Yeah, this is nuts.
That was our favorite thing.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah.
I literally played this to make sure it'd work earlier and like no problems. And then of course you come on there, got StreamYard running and internet's like ouch. So
you done
sorry,
used up all
guys.
your interwebs for the evening.
I guess I am.
Oh, there we go. Well, you are. There we go.
Nobody move. America, baby.
America.
Woo! Celebrate. That is a proud moment in that guy's life.
I bet.
Being a legal immigrant and getting to do that in front of all those people. I mean, I'm really happy for him. And I mean, that's just, that's what America's about, man, is just being able to come and, be able to do that. And look at you who showed up. Moo, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, Moo.
Oh, man.
Been watching the whole show, man. I was cooking for my wife, so whatever.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Listening to the whole show and commenting and stuff like that. So good to see y'all, guys.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah,
man. I'm so glad you can jump on.
The last second.
Well, man, glad you could jump on here. We're just about to wrap this show up. Is there anything you'd like to say to everybody?
God bless America.
God bless.
You bet you, buddy. God bless America, baby. Man, guys, so thank you all so much for being here tonight. I mean, it's awesome. Enjoy this independence, and freedom that we all get to share. And I want to thank you guys so much for being here. And with that being said, we'll end this show. And you guys, panel, don't go away. We'll talk on the backside here. Anyway, remember, God, family, and country, and make somebody's day better. It's super easy to do. I mean, you can do it without any problem. Just make somebody's day better every day. And if the good Lord's willing and the creeks don't rise, we'll be seeing you all again. We love you, Hillbilly Nation. Everybody say goodbye.
Good night, everybody.